I hope you're ready for another thrift flip video. I have a few items that I picked up at the thrift store that I'm going to redo for Christmas. So stay tuned to the end to see all of them, and I hope you enjoy. I collect nutcrackers, and I picked this up and I thought, wow, this is a great deal. I think I paid $1 for it, and it's missing its beard. I was like, what the heck? And it's a made in China one, and it has a little chip on the brim of the hat. So I thought this project would be perfect for it. And so I'm just taking off its hair, and I apologize if you are sad by this, but it is an inexpensive one, and I thought it would look better when I fixed it up. So I just needed to sand off the glue from the back of his head and get that more smooth, and where the beard used to be, and get that all smooth as well. Now the brim had those cracks in it, so I'm just straightening them out so that you can't tell that it was actually broken. So just fix that with some sandpaper. So now I'm just painting the whole thing black. I'm using some chalk paint, and I'm just going to give this a good 2 coats. Covered every little area, got inside of the little parts where the nutcracker moves, and it is a little difficult, so you want to get a small little brush to get in there really good. And I just made sure I covered every little aspect as best I could. Again, I gave it 2 coats. So then I've got this vintage gold rub-on. It's kind of like rub and buff type stuff, and a little goes a long way, so be careful with it, and it's more permanent. You can't really clean it off as well unless it's wet. But I thought this would be really pretty as this, you know, like an antique looking, just by dabbing it on, and I thought it was finished. And my hubby loved it. He likes it this way, but I looked at it and I'm like, it just doesn't seem right. I wasn't happy with it at all. So I went back and I got a brush and just brushed over those edges lightly so you could still see some of that black through it, and it turned out so much better. And dabbing it on and letting it dry really gave it kind of a texture, and it gave it more of the old antiquing look. So here it was more smooth on the back, so I just did some more black paint to give it that textured look, and dried it really quick, and then put the gold over the top. I really think it turned out super cute, so I hope you think so too. And I didn't paint the bottom because it's just for me, and I thought it would be fine, so that's why I didn't paint the bottom. But look how cute that is. I think it turned out absolutely adorable, and I'm so happy with it now that it's got more of the gold on it and a little bit of the antiquing look through it. See, look how cute he looks. And he's going to be the star of my nutcracker collection. And he is smaller than all of them, so he's going to be like center of the attention. I just love him. I thought he turned out really cute. Comment and let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. I just love how he turned out. If you know me, I go to the vintage market days twice a year for spring and fall, and in the fall time I picked these up. They're just antique springs. I haven't seen them before, so I grabbed 5 of them, and I got this Dollar Tree tile that is plastic that you can cut. I got me a rustic looking star that I printed out, and I cut out these stars out of the tile, and so I thought these would be perfect for little Christmas trees. So I decided to use truffle chalk paint and paint all of these stars, and I did both sides. Then I let them dry, and I picked up this bag of Dollar Tree I guess they're like jar or vase fillers for Christmas decor. They're glittery and really pretty, and they all have different sizes in them, so I thought that would be perfect for these trees. And I'm just sporadically putting them, you know, different sizes, but I wanted to alternate the colors of the white and the red, and just kind of mixed in the little ones here and there, and just put them all the way around the spring. And it turned out super cute. So then now I'm just gluing the star on the top, but then I realized it was missing something, so I put some white wax on it and rubbed that off, and it made it just perfect. And I love how these turned out. They're so cute. Yeah, that ball is too much. So here's the 3 of them that I did. I thought 3 would be perfect to sit together. And especially if you're doing kind of a rustic Christmas, this would be really cute with it, or even a vintage Christmas. So I love vintage and rustic, so I thought these would be a perfect addition to my Christmas decor. And here, look, you can turn them on their side and use them for card display as well. I just love them. There's so many ideas to use. Springtime, you can put a bird's nest in them. They're just so fun to decorate with. So now we're on to my last thrift flip. So I picked up this sled at the thrift store, obviously, and I paid $1.50 is all for it. And I'm just getting that tag off by using my hair dryer, and makes it easier to pull off. So I'm just wiping it all down to make sure it's nice and clean before I do anything with it. So I have this crimson red chalk paint that I want to do just the top portion of this sled, and I gave that a really good 2 coats because that wood was showing through even with the red, so I had to give it 2 coats, even the sides, to make it look like a real sled on the sides. I started painting it white with red maybe starting to show through once I distressed, and I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know what I was doing or thinking, so I decided to paint over that with the black, and I did all the way around the bottom portion of those on each side. And I didn't have to do 2 coats because of the black is a good coverage. So then I had to paint the bottom red so that it was going to be cohesive with the top. If it's a home project and you don't want the back, you don't care about the back, then you don't need to paint the back. But I wanted it to make it look nice, just in case if you're sitting it in a basket or something and you see the back part, it would be beautiful still. So then I took it out to sand it down. My paint was a little, or is a little old, so it had some bubbles, so I just sanded the top as well as distressed the edges. So now this is why I did the black. That rub-on vintage gold I thought would be perfect, so it looks like they're antique little blades on the sled. So I started just wiping it on, but then I remember that technique I did on the Nutcracker, just splat spot it here and there, and then go over it with more streaks to get a full coverage, and it made it look really cute antique blades. See, look how pretty that is. So then I had to finish all the way around on the edge where the pull part is and make sure it's all matching. I really love that, how it turned out. And I love that gold stuff. So here I had some leftover greenery from the Dollar Tree, and I thought I'm just going to do 3 different sizes here, and I cut it so that there's ones on each side, if that makes sense, like this. So I'm just using my leftover greenery stuff that I had sitting around. So then I didn't have my wire, I couldn't find it, so I had these twist ties that I used, and I just bundled that up to put it together. Then I had this leftover candle ring that I never use, and so I cut that into 2 pieces, and so that I could put it on each side of this greenery. And some of it was falling apart, so I had to glue it back on. And you could possibly use some wire as well to hook that back on, but I didn't have any. So then I just wired that onto there as well. So now I bought these bells. They are so perfect size for this, and I got those on Amazon, and I'll have a link in my description. And my little Presley kitty is helping me decorate today. So I just put some twine through all of it, and I just tied it to the top. I love the bells. They're so perfect. So I thought it would be a good idea to show you how I make a bow. All you need is some wired ribbon and some floral wire. So first you want to measure out how long you want your tail of your bow. Then you want to take your wired ribbon and twist it once and then turn it over to make that loop. Then you twist it again. Then you make however big of a loop you want for the bow part of it, and then twist it again. So once you have the size of the bow that you want, you just twist it again. And then you do the other side so that it's symmetrical to the other side. Then you twist it again. And it gets kind of tangly, as you can see. So I wanted a 4-sided kind of bow part, so I did it again and made it a little bit bigger and then twisted it again. Now if you have 2-sided ribbon, you want to make sure obviously that the pretty side is on the front, and that's why you twist it basically, and then twist it again. So then there's your bow. So then that is your tail on the other side of the bow, if you can tell there. So once you've got the size of bow that you want, you just take your wire and put it through the center there and tie it all together. And if you'd like, I think I might even do a bow tutorial of different styles of bows, just as its own video. I think that would be easier and spend more time on it. But they're pretty simple once you learn. I learned back in the 90s from a coworker, and I'm glad she showed me how. So now you get the tail of however, once you've measured the tail at first on your project, because that matters, and then when you're done, you just measure it out and cut it. And then I like to do dovetail on the bow, so I just fold it both together and then cut it at an angle so that it's dovetailed. Just like that. And then you have both sides matching. And then I just attached the bow to the top. Turned out really pretty. I wanted to make a hanger for it, so I took 3 of the thin twines and braided them together to make a hanger. Then I did slip knots on each side so that it would hang easily, and it turned out super cute. Here it is on my door, and you can hang it anywhere. You can put it in a basket, but I think I did really well with it. I don't know. What do you think? It is one of my favorites so far, and I love how I did the antiquing gold on the blades of each side, and it made it look even better. Just the colors are popping out, and adding the red and black to it I think was a good choice. And these were all just things that I had sitting around the house, except for the bells and that thrifted sled. So let me know in the comments what you think of my projects. I hope that you enjoyed all of them, and let me know if there's something that you would like me to, or like to see me do differently or add to what I do. I am not a professional designer, or I don't know a lot of things that other people do, but I do things how I love to do, and they turn out to my liking. So I hope that you will come back and continue to watch my Thrift with Me videos, as well as my thrift flips, and continue to help me boost my channel. And also share my videos with your friends, and hopefully I can inspire someone to take something from the thrift store and make it their own as well. If you haven't done so yet, I would hope that you would want to subscribe to my channel, as well as like and comment on my videos. It helps my channel grow. And that's my video, so I hope you have a great day.